Alkali's first mistake was letting me name the place.
And choose the font.
Ain't it beautiful? So you guys, we just want to let you know tonight we are going to have three of the fandom's greatest performers that agreed to come to this weekend, and that were available. So we're going to let them each come up. They're all going to be performing their own little bits of comedy, and it's going to be absolutely great. So please, if I can get everyone to turn off their cell phones and pay attention to the performers up here. They're putting their hearts out on the stage for you, so the least you could do is quit playing Angry Birds for 30 minutes. So without further ado, I'd like to bring our first comic onto the stage. Where's Xander the Blue?
Oh my God. Oh my God. First of all, thank you so much for coming out to a first year con. I can't thank you enough, so thanks for coming out for First Squared. And I love fur cons because fur cons are the only place people won't think you're tripping balls. If you say something like, I saw a pink griffin twerking on a rainbow husky in hot pants. And that is why I want a fur con to share hotel space with rehab. The scene would just be like, oh yeah, I've been clean for 2 weeks and that'd be fun too, because you could have the heroin addicts literally chase the dragon. That'd be fun, but it would end up looking like a furry version of The Walking Dead, which is not a bad thing. That should be a thing. Right? The show is not going to get any worse. I'm a watcher, I know. What would you rather watch? More Southern melodrama, or a guy in a bunny suit decapitating zombies with a machete? That's all I'm saying. FWA could totally happen during the zombie apocalypse. They should really think about it. I've seen a lot of great fursuiters this weekend. I have a fursuit myself, and fursuit is like having a pair of fake tits. They're really expensive, they're really uncomfortable, but look at me! Although having a fursuit won't get you out of a traffic ticket unless you're really persuasive with a squeaker. I have a lot of albino fur friends with all white fur, and sometimes there's like, oh, I'm pure, I'm an Arctic fox, and sometimes I just like to knock them down a few pegs. I call them animal crackers. Anyway, it's great to be here in Wisconsin, and this is where I experienced beer cheese soup. Now, beer cheese soup, it's like you took Wisconsin, melted it down, and put it in a bowl. You diabolical stroke wizards. Because beer and cheese, it's like Wisconsin communion. It's the body and blood of fat Jesus. And it's so on the nose, when I order beer cheese soup, I have to acknowledge what I'm doing to myself. You can at least call it a cute name, like Bessie's Hangover, or Packer Juice. And it's not the most ridiculous food, though. The most ridiculous food I know of is the waffle taco. Some of them you might know the waffle taco. Taco Bell's coming out with it. Now, I'm no geographer, but Canada's up here, Mexico's down here. It makes about as much sense as a lumberjack mariachi band. Which I want that too. Anyway, let's see. Oh, you guys also have the Milwaukee Brewers here, which I love because they were formed 40 years after Prohibition ended. So I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop, and I'm waiting for the Colorado Smokies. What? It's the Colorado Rockies now? Nobody gives a shit about the Rockies. You know when you talk about the Rocky Mountains? When you're higher than 3 Willie Nelsons. And if you wait long enough, you could have the Albuquerque Tweakers. And up by the scoreboard, when they hit a home run, there'd be a meth lab that explodes. Anyway, a little bit about me. It's funny how sometimes you take after your parents and in ways you don't expect. Like my dad's really anal and I'm gay. I'm also Polish and German, so sometimes on lonely nights I invade myself. And I also can't see very well. I have a vision problem called keratoconus, which is science speak for I can't see shit. And basically, it's really hard to do crowd work like that. So I'll just be like, look at this guy over here, he's blurry. That guy's blurry. Your parents in the witness protection program? I bet he hangs out with Bigfoot. But anyway, I got these new contacts that actually help, but the longer the day goes, it's like everything gets brighter and shinier. I just feel, as the day goes on, I just feel like I'm in J.J. Abrams' Star Trek. I want to look to my left and see Captain Kirk hanging from a ledge. Because 3 times in the new Star Trek, Captain Kirk is hanging from a goddamn ledge. That really bothered me, because this guy's supposed to be smart enough to like ace the Kobayashi Maru, can't stay away from elevated surfaces. I just want to put some alien bitches on a cliff, watch them run off like a Disney lemming. I went to a wedding recently, and it was a Catholic wedding, and my friend is very Catholic, and I am very not Catholic. That said, I am as not Catholic as Hannibal Lecter is not vegan. But I was polite, you know, and she was doing all the things. She was standing and sitting and kneeling. She was doing all the proper Cathletics. And it came time for communion, and she didn't go up, and I was really confused, because that's a big thing. You get absolved of all your sins and all that kind of stuff. Why didn't you go for communion? And she said the best thing ever. She goes, oh, we're going to eat later. Because you know, when you're looking forward to a big meal, you don't want to fill up on Jesus. I would totally have this tiramisu, but I'm just too full of the Holy Spirit. That cracker wine combination's a bitch. I love eating big meals, and my favorite is going to Red Lobster. You guys like Red Lobster?
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah! I feel weird going to Red Lobster though, because I like shrimp. You don't get just a shrimp, like you get a steak or a fish. When you have shrimp, you're basically having genocide for dinner. I mean, you're at least wiping out a small family. Yeah, I'm going to change my order from the crispy chicken to the crisp Benoit. Yeah, I know, it's terrible. And the worst thing is, it comes to you served on a pike, like a wet dream of Vlad the Impaler. But my favorite is the Shrimp Fest. I love the Shrimp Fest. Excuse me, waiter. It's our special day. So we're going to have the Auschwitz of the sea. Oh, right this way, Adolf Shrimpler and Eva Braun. I had a friend who, we were talking about, I don't know how this came up, but he's like, you know, when it comes to sex, I'm actually quite vanilla. And what he meant is, I'm not very kinky. But that didn't make any sense to me, because you can put anything in vanilla. When you think about it, vanilla's a dirty whore. Oh, you have wafers and sprinkles and hot fudge and peanut butter and M&Ms. Put them all in. Vanilla is basically that like old washed up porn star. It's just not very interesting by itself. It needs like 2 or 3 things sticking out of it. That's why it's so popular. So, as you can tell, I think about food way too much, and like sometimes I'm in control, and otherwise I'm just ravenous. Sometimes I just feels like a depressed Galactus or something. Like I could eat worlds. Like the next buffet I go to, I just want to form the food into little people, and then on my phone just blast the theme to Attack on Titan. But yeah, it's
breakfast
weird.
tomorrow morning.
Oh boy. The weird thing is, like, I'm addicted to food, right? And being addicted to tasty food's a weird addiction, because you still have to eat. You're doing the thing that you're not supposed to be doing. Which is like if you were addicted to drugs and you had to like shoot up protein shakes or snort spinach. It's fucking weird. But like, I'm always looking for ways to lose weight. I thought a great way would be Parkinson's. They're always shaking, and like if you load up your fork, half of it shakes off. I call it the me with chopsticks effect. I mean, yeah, so, and if you're dating someone with Parkinson's, you don't need a vibrator. Just looking at the bright side. So, yeah, but I just love bad food too, just stuff with no nutritional value whatsoever. Just Fritos and Cheetos and combos. That stuff's not even on the food pyramid. That's buried with the slaves that built the food pyramid. So I saw a lot of guys brought their 3DSs out. You've got your 3DSs. I like the 3DS, but my favorite handheld is my penis. Gets me lots of entertainment on the go. Good recharge rate. Co-op's incredible. But if I bring it out on a train, I ruined Christmas. So I don't know if you guys had like shows that like scared you growing up, like Are You Afraid of the Dark or Tales from the Crypt. For me, it was Queer Eye with the Straight Guy. Because I'm gay, and that was my only frame of reference of what gay people are like in the outside world. So I'm just watching this, it's like, I don't want to do that shit. I have to have a skill to pass on to my hetero brethren or something, like I'm supposed to have good taste in music. The first CD I bought was the soundtrack to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is not going to be my thing. To me, Queer Eye for the Straight Guy should have been this. Just like a girl like, oh, please help me, Fab Five. We're on it, ma'am. Then the next scene would just be these 5 guys running a train on this guy in the living room. Just scurrying around like a game of millipede. And then she's like, oh my God, what are you doing? You just knew that we're gay. What'd you expect? Bob works at Dunkin' Donuts. It's gotten a lot better for us in the last 10 years even. But the thing that's always been consistent is that not everyone's Macklemore, but the rappers hate the gays. I don't know what it is. Like, you'd swear they found like pink glitter bullets in Tupac and Biggie. And like, I actually heard someone say no homo the other day. I thought that died with planking. I couldn't believe it. So, like, if they want to do something like no homo, here's some suggestions. You know, you could be like, hey guys, I got a coupon. Want to go to Denny's? No hobo. Or, you're like, excuse me, ma'am, I'm looking for Sarah Connor. No robo. Or my personal favorite, guys, I'm going to hit the slopes for a while. I'll be back in a few hours. No bono. I have a lot of trans friends, and I'm totally supportive. You should be who you want to be and who you think you are, and not think you, who you are. Now they're going to kill me. Anyways, I'm totally supportive, but like, it kind of bothers me how many groups you have to go through and whatnot. Like, you know, I have to see a therapist to get hormones and stuff. What if there's a guy in his basement who's just bored? Just a guy who's just like, well, Breaking Bad is over. I've had my penis for 35 years. And I traded in my Xbox after 5. Maybe it's time for something new. I could never do it though, because there's a lot of work involved. That's why I've come to realize, you know, having friends that are doing this. And like, hypothetically, if I were to trade in my old clunker for a shiny new vajay, there's all sorts of stretching and lubing and maintenance and stuff. I can barely take care of my cat. And that is a low maintenance pussy. Lord knows I'm not taking care of a high maintenance pussy. I'm on the Facebook slot, and I'm sure you guys are on Facebook. I'm at the age where Facebook should just be renamed to lookatmyfuckingbaby.com. And I have this one friend who he posts nothing but food. I'm sure you know guys like this, like food after food, it's like meal after meal. And then he just posted a picture of a baby. I'm like, oh my God. He's gonna eat that baby. This is 2 Griffin's page. That's not a 3 cheese baby. But I love people who break stereotypes, like Tiger Woods, black golfer, Eminem, white rapper. I want the next big NASCAR star to be an old Chinese lady. So that's a triple whammy of bad driving stereotypes. And I just want to see all the NASCAR Southern fans just lose their shit when their heroes are being crushed by someone they could swear was doing their dry cleaning. And if she had broken English, even better. Like during the interview, oh man, how'd you win? Rift. What was your strategy? How'd you go about it? Rift. But 9/11 is something you should never joke about. But the only way I could see 9/11 being more tragic is if it happened 2 months earlier. Because I could never get a Slurpee ever again. That would just be awkward and weird. They would destroy a whole franchise. Like all the tellers would have to rename to like Joe Bob Not a Terrorist and everything.